What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We have the Piratech Slippy Tsunami slash what was it? Kraken. Kraken is the old name now because they had problems. Someone else has the name Kraken copyrighted or whatever. Yada yada yada. Kind of lame because it's Kraken. But I think I went over that in the first impression. So this is the Slippy Tsunami. Really kind of cool. I actually really like this. I like the way it looks. I'm not big in the micarta necessarily. It has to look a certain way for me to really like it. And I really like this. And denim usually isn't one of them at all, hardly ever. Very rare occurrences. And this denim micarta is just, I love it. I like the way it looks, like the way it feels. It just overall looks nice. I kind of looked a few things up on this. A lot of people, well, get it right off the bat. A lot of people didn't like that it was different to pull it up. Like they didn't like that it was such a small little nick right there, which is kind of weird because obviously if they have a nick, it's right there. It's real small. So I don't know. People were complaining about the nick I saw, and I was like, okay, I kind of like it. I don't think it's bad. It is way down here, and it may be. I guess they're maybe also complaining about not having much room to grab it, but I really don't have a problem. If it's a nail nick, right there. You know what I mean? It's not bad to me. So that's just my opinion. I don't mind it. But that was what some people complained about. So it's just depending on what you like. Um, so that was that. That was just right off the bat. Get that out of the way. It is does it say it anywhere on there to show you? No. Oh yeah, S90V. See it right there. So it is a S90V. Got a nice little hollow grind on it. Uh, Drop point, and then obviously you have your harpoon blade shape right there, which I love the harpoon. I always have. Now it said you can make the lock. No, okay, it does have an adjustable lock spring tension on it, so you can adjust the tension on it. So it said on the website that you don't have to be afraid to necessarily put your thumb out there on this because you can tighten it up. So that's something you can look into. I didn't take it apart trying to figure that out because it's not my knife. I ain't gonna tear it up just in case, you know. But yeah. So but that is a thing though. So that's kind of cool. It does also have magnetic scales. So obviously that's what Piratech's kind of known for, which is kind of cool. So that's what it looks like on the inside. Got your magnets. Got your pivot right there, both sides. So it's kind of cool. I liked it. And then we'll test the screws out here in a minute also. But just put them right back on, super easy. The handle is titanium with a bead blast finish on it too. There we go. So it is. I like that bead blast finish. I think it looks good. I think the whole knife looks really well. There's your little Piratech symbol. There's Piratech right there. So it's kind of cool how they put it there. They kind of said like making it like color. They just kind of engraved it, which is kind of cool. I like that. Hand wise, it is a little small, but Slippies aren't usually necessarily the biggest knives. Like I have average hands, and it fits well. So it said you might be able to choke up a little bit. Obviously, it's got the harpoon. I like the harpoon just for the looks, not really for use on this because it is a slip joint, and I don't want to take the chance on me forgetting and really putting some pressure down on that and finding it on my fingers later. You know, not a good day. You know what I mean? It'd be a pretty bad day right there. But I do like that they have there for at least looks for me. It is satin, so it obviously smooches up. It is pretty freaking sharp though. It was pretty sharp when it came out the box. Got jimping up here, which is cool. I like that they have the jimping. It's kind of flush, like with the handle, it is kind of flush right there. But you can still kind of feel it. Like when you put your finger right there, obviously if you're holding it down pretty good, cutting stuff, you feel it right there. So that's nice too. What else was it really? It is a little pricey for a slip joint, but I don't know. Like I know like Jack Wolf knives, they're pretty expensive. I think they range from what 250 to 350, something like that. So they can get very very expensive. But this one I think was like 265 on the Piratech site, so not bad. And I don't know if they have different scales yet for it. I don't know if they're coming out with those. If they have already, I forgot to look. I can't remember if they did or not. So all I think right now is denim micarta. So that's one thing I'm not sure about. We'll just check them screws real quick again. We'll check a few other things too. We'll check the weight first, actually. We're just going to do that. So 2.8, not shabby. 2.8. Now it didn't come with a sheath, so obviously you can buy, if you want, you would buy a sheath. You know, I don't have a sheath. Like I want to get a sheath for this thing right here. This is the ABW, but I just like the way it is. I just throw it in my pocket and go. Like obviously I don't throw it in a pocket with like my keys and stuff like that to scratch it up or stuff like that. I throw it in a pocket by itself. So, but it's usually my secondary carry anyway. Let's get the length real quick and then we'll go back and get them screws. So the sharpening, the cutting edge is about 2.75, and overall you're looking at about 6.65 inches long. So not too shabby. I said it was a little shorter, you know, so that's, you know, obviously, you know, shorter. One thing real quick, the sharpening choil, or the sharpening choil is kind of small, but the blade is thin though, right there. So that's kind of like the saving grace, I would say, that it is thin, so that might help it when it comes to sharpening it. And it is milled on the inside too. I didn't show you that. There you go. You kind of see right there. There you go. Both sides are, excuse me. It's kind of hard. It's thin. That's why it's so hard to freaking show the light down there. Let's shut that up and let's check out them screws. They look like they're T8. I won't be optimistic and say they are T8. There we go. T8, T8, T8. Is that one? That one almost fits tighter. I don't know why. It kind of feels tighter for some reason. Huh. Kind of weird. Yeah, they're all T8 obviously. Which is nice. Nice. I love how there's no screws showing. I think that is kind of cool. I do like Piratech. I need to get a Piratech just because of that reason. Because they are kind of unique. I can't remember what they call it. Like the mag something. Mag scales or something. I can't remember what their trademark, copyright, all that yada 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 is for it. Cannot remember quite yet. Alright, let's check out some lengths. Comparisons real quick. Here's my ABW, American Blade Works. Love this thing, man. Especially for the price point. You cannot beat this thing for the price point. So obviously that's quite a bit smaller than that. This isn't a slip joint. It's just another smaller knife I like. Coming from Wixco. W-I-X-C-O. Just a little shorter than that. Handle's obviously a little shorter too. Blade's a little shorter. But you know what? I think I do like the way this feels a little better. So not bad. I like this. This thing's pretty cool. I need to get a Piratech. I just don't know which one I want to get. Yeah, I'll probably get the... I want to get the DLC, kind of like the reverse tux DLC blade. Kraken, Tsunami now. I still like the Kraken. It's going to be hard to start calling it something else. It's the Kraken. And it's so stupid that you can copyright a mythical like creature or something like that to own. I'm going to go start copyrighting all sorts of crap now, just saying, hey, it's mine now, right? Stupid. But just like sprinkles. Just throwing that out there. That's all I got though, guys. If you have any comments, questions, let me know. And if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Thanks, guys.